Hey everyone, Happy New Year. I was going to do a video yesterday, but I figured that most people would have a terrible hangover, so I've waited till today and I'm going to talk about motivation because I think that most of you will be starting your New Year's resolutions and thinking, right, it's time to go. So I hope these tips help. The first thing I want to talk about then is the kinds of motivation that we have. We are either motivated towards something or we're motivated away from it. What is it for you? So are you motivated by the carrot, the reward of getting whatever it is that you are striving towards? Or are you motivated away, that sort of the stick, the punishment of essentially not getting what you want? Once you know the answer to that, then you can use it to your advantage. You can start to think, say for example, you were going to do like a parachute jump. Are you motivated by the amazing feeling of jumping out the plane and how good you'll feel once you've done it? Or are you motivated away from the fact that people will take the mick out of you if you commit to something and you actually don't follow through with it? The next thing then is to maybe use something as a higher purpose to keep you motivated. Sometimes when you're halfway through something you want to give up, but say you're doing it for charity, for example. You do a charity run or a charity jump out of an aeroplane. You're not just doing it for you anymore, and therefore you've got that extra motivation thinking, well, it doesn't matter whether I want to do it, I'm doing this for them. Have a think about that. Something else is you don't have to do it alone. It's been proven that when people undertake things in a group, then they're more likely to follow through. They can motivate each other. And with that, you will get the extra boost of chemicals, serotonin, dopamine, various hormones that make you feel good to do it and keep you doing it. You could even up the ante and say to the guys, okay, if it's a fitness thing or whatever, let's all put, I don't know, 10 pounds in the middle in the pot, and whoever comes out on top in terms of stats takes the pot. It gives you that extra edge, that competition, and then you push each other harder and it keeps you on track. And the final thing then to say is there is a technique that you can do that will essentially get you out the door when you really don't feel like it. Now, we've all been there. We think, oh, I should probably go to the gym, or I want to get out of bed and get on with my day. And then within a few seconds, you get that little voice in your head that says, oh, but it's warm in here, or I don't really fancy it, I don't feel like it, because that unconscious thing that gets said is, do I feel like it? And if you give that little chimp or ego or whatever you want to call it in your brain time to think about that, then it's in the feeling center of your brain. It's going to say 9 times out of 10, you don't feel like it. So the trick is you don't give it time. Something called the 5-second rule. It was invented by a very talented lady called Mel Robbins. And how it works is that as soon as you know you have to be somewhere, you start counting back from 5. And the moment you get to 0, you just do it, basically. Why does this work? Because when we count, and you have to count down instead of up, because if you count up, you could keep going forever. But if you count down to 0, we instinctively know that on 0, something has to happen. And when we count, we're engaging that prefrontal cortex in our brain, which means that this hasn't got a look in. And when you get to 0, you have to start moving, because once you're moving, it's difficult to get something started, but once you're actually moving, then you get through it. And we all know what it feels like. We come out the other end of the gym and we feel great and we're glad we've done it, but it's just getting out the door to start with. So I hope those tips have been helpful. I wish you the very best for 2019. And if you want some extra support, then please do get in touch. I would love to help you with your new challenges and goals for the new year. All the best.